Okay guys, Sasuke Dracon, Inox Boku SS, episode 12 in series review. I have very few complaints about this show. I have almost no complaints, and that's very odd that I don't have any. Anyway, the episode 12 review, all that needs to be said is it was such a good ending. You know, Riichio and Miketsukami got together, and Miketsukami wants a family, and that's really all that needs to be said. It was just such a good ending, and I just don't have to say anything more. It was just such a great ending. Okay, Boku SS was and is a 12-episode anime that aired between January 13th, 2012 to March 30th, 2012. Produced by Aniplex David Production, all the things that they've been part of I loved, and Sentai Filmworks, and also because David is my name. So genres are comedy, mystery, shonen, and supernatural. 24 minutes per episode, and rated PG-13. And you should also put romance on the genre as well. And as always, I will be rating this show on 9 different criteria. And I'm gonna change my criteria now. Plot and setting are no longer gonna be a criteria. The new criteria are gonna be the voice actors, enjoyment, characters, character design, the animation, character development, speed and rate of the episodes, music, and most importantly, the story. Okay, I'll go ahead and get a few of these simple things out of the way. Okay, the setting. Okay, the setting is set in Japan, obviously, and it's about Riichio moving to a place called Ayakashi Kan. And in this mansion, only those who are mixed with the blood of demons and stuff like that can live there. And every person who lives there gets a Secret Service agent. And revolves around Riichio and Miketsukami, and her friends and all stuff like that, and her growing as a person. Let's start with the animation. I loved it. Out of this season, this was my favorite. Nisei Monogatari, I'll have to give that a 10, and this one is so close to a 10, I just cannot. I have no complaints about it. You know, at the moments when they'd go chibi form and all the stuff like that, that just made it was just amazing. The speed of the episodes is my only gripe with the show. The speed of the episodes is not bad, it's just you have to be in the right mind frame to watch this show and appreciate it. We get an 8. So the average so far is a 9. The music. Oh man, it is just so good. The opening and the endings are just amazing. They're just great. I have no complaints. The music. I just have to give the music. The music gets a 10. I have no complaints with the music. Okay, character design. In my opinion, this is another one of... Actually, I don't really have complaints with the character design. It's just not perfect. I'll have to give this a 9. The voice actors. Oh man, the voice actors were... Voice actors suited everybody. I just think that the voice actors they chose were just almost perfect. I do have a few complaints with some of the characters, but they're sides, and if I have a complaint, I can't give it a 10. So 9. The enjoyment out of the show. My overall enjoyment of the show, it was a 9. Now the characters and character development and story. This is where it's all at. The characters and the interactions with them. Okay, let's get started. We have along the lines of like 13 characters, in total. Let's start with the main two. The main character of the show is Riichio Shirikin. She moves away from her family to the place called Ayakashi-kan, and she is the master of Miketsukami. She's kind of one of your Shundere, no, Shun instead of Shundere, and she is the first character in anime to be classified as a Shun instead of Tsundere, and it is just really, really good. And while you may hate her in the beginning, you start to love her and see how she grows throughout the series. So her as a character and the development that she gets is just fantastic. Miketsukami Soshi, the other main character. He is a nine-tailed fox spirit, and he serves Riichio. Now his personality is he's a dog. That's basically his personality. He is a dog, and he just follows orders. But for the final few episodes, you learn about his past and why he is how he is. And while you might think he doesn't have much emotion when you learn that in the later episodes, he is so hilarious with some of his antics he has in the beginning of the show. Because he praises Riichio like she's a goddess and all stuff like that, and he's just a great character. Not only that, the way he looks with the two different colored eyes, I can't remember what that is, but I wish I had two different colored eyes. That would be awesome. Okay, the next few characters. Waromio Karuta. Now, she is a quiet Secret Service person, and I'll get into that with the story. And she's able to transform into a Gasha Dokuro, which is a large skeleton. She's quiet, and she loves to eat. And, while she's being quiet, she also gets a little bit of development with another character called Watanuki Banri. Now, Watanuki is interesting because he is a raccoon demon. Very impulsive and outspoken, and he labels himself as a delinquent. He's a childhood friend of Karuta and Kagero, Natsume, and Soshi. He hates Soshi and considers him his rival since their childhood, and stuff like that. He falls in love with Karuta, and he's a funny character because he tries and calls himself a delinquent, but yet, he's more tsundere than Riichio. Nobara Yukinojuki, that's my own complaint. I really did not like her. She's funny. I just did not like her. And the last two characters we talked about are Natsume Zangi or Zange, not entirely sure. He's a half demon, and he is awesome. He is just hilarious. He's the Joker of this series. You can never tell when he's actually serious or joking. I know that's done before, but he is just great. And the last character is Kagero Shokin. He is Karuta's partner and the former master Soshi, Banri, and Natsume. And he is also hilarious because he is known for his eccentric and narcissistic manner, and he overuses the S&M things. And if you don't know, S&M is sadist and masochist, or masochist, I got no clue. Then we have Rensha Sorinosuke, and I didn't really care for him either. I just didn't like him, but he's just a Nitan Momen yokai, like a flying carpet kind of thing. Didn't really care for him, but overall, the characters are great in this show, and I have to give the characters an 8.5. Okay, now on to the final two things. The character development. Character development ties in with the story, so I'll just be reviewing them both at the same time. Because that's what the show revolves around, is the growth of the characters. Now, albeit they are not that much development for the side characters, like Zangi and Rensho, and not too much for Kagero or the Nobara, but when you get to the four main characters that I consider main, Riichio, Watanuki, Roromiya, and Miketsukami, there's a lot. Now, for those of you who have not watched the show, just stop watching now. And for those of you who have watched, continue watching. Okay. I'll be reviewing the story and spoiling stuff. Okay. As I already said, Watanuki was Roromiya, and it is near the middle of the show where he actually falls in love with Roromiya. He calls himself a delinquent, but he actually starts opening up to everybody. Now, was he naturally seclusive? No, it's just he was starting to be less tsundere-ish, I guess you could say, and that is development. Roromiya actually develops her feelings for Watanuki, and it actually shows. You know, very interesting. And Riichio and Miketsukami, that's where it's all at. That is where the show is at. Riichio moved there to get away from her family, and she's always been shun. I can't believe that's what it's actually called, but difference between that and tsundere is because she gets depressed instead of getting modest and, you know, after behaving in a conceited manner. You know, there is a difference, but not that much. Actually, there is, but so she moves there and she meets her Secret Service agent, Miketsukami, and I think it's really great how you get to see her grow, but in the beginning, I actually did not like her, but it's one of those characters where she starts to grow on you as the story progresses, and you just have to love how you see the growth that she gets, because she goes from being all shunish in the beginning, and at the end she actually falls in love with Miketsukami and actually starts hanging out with some of the other characters, and it's just great development, and it's just makes me happy to see that. And for Miketsukami, his development as a character is not much, but he also falls in love with Riichio, and with the life that you see and in his past and all that, which I won't go into details about. He's naturally emotionless, and the only thing he knows how to do is to serve. But Riichio saved him, and he learns more about himself, and he falls in love with Riichio. Okay, now the development in the show is great. It is great. I wish I could go into more detail about stuff, but considering I have a 15-minute limit, this is about as much as I can do. Okay. Overall, character development gets a 9. Story, 8.5. New Boku SS. I think it was the second best of this season. I think it was the second best. While I love Papa no Yukoto and Danchi Kokosei, Another, and Nisamonogatari, Nisamonogatari was the best of this season. As much as I do not want to admit it, it was the best. But, okay guys, I'm Sasuke J. Khan, and Inu X Boku SS gets a 9 out of 10. That is my highest score that I've given to a show in quite a while, and I think it deserves it. Now, I'd really like to hear your opinions on this show, what you think was bad about it, what you think was good, and for now, guys, I am out.